Of what?
Right, you're connected now. Oh, by the look of it, I think you are. Let's have a look. Yes, you're connected. You're on.
We're on.
Yes.
Hello. How are you? It is 12:30 and this is Rupal's Chatty Women. I had a bit of a break last time. I hope you've had a great summer holiday. We're going to be talking about something related to summer holidays on the programme today. Things you've taken from hotel rooms. So come clean on the programme today. Do it. Come on. We're going to share what we've taken from hotel rooms. But can you beat any of our stories? Two other topics we're going to be discussing on the show today. Feeling unbeautiful. So what is the definition of beauty? I'd love your thoughts on that this afternoon. Make sure you leave your comments. Let us know that you are watching and where you're watching from, and any comments in the comment section, please. The other topic we're going to be talking about is fostering children of a different faith. I'll explain more in the next 15 or 20 minutes, but I'd love your company from now until, 1:45, maybe a little bit longer. Let me introduce you then to my chatty women. Elaine Pantling, hello.
Hello.
She is actress / possible politician of the future, joining us on the programme today.
Who knows? Move over, Teresa. Move over.
And
Get off.
Natalie Thompson, how would you like to be described?
I don't know really. What would you describe me as?
Oh, the lady with the lovely voice.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go. The
I've
lady
never
with-
had that before, but
with the-
thank you.
And talking of voices, the regular mystery voice is on holiday again. So we have a different mystery voice who I'm desperately trying to avoid calling by name.
Don't call me by my name.
I will try not to, mystery voice.
Right.
That voice is the one that's going to be reading out some of your comments. So make sure you do that. Right, let's start off with the serious topic, I think. And this was in the news at the beginning of the week. Fostering children of a different faith. Story in the papers at the very beginning of the week about a Muslim family fostering a 5-year-old white girl and all the issues that surround that. Big furore about it. Is this something that's going to put people off? I don't want to talk about the case itself, but I want to talk about fostering children generally of a different faith. Is it right? Is it wrong, Elaine?
I think it is a really big question, and I think that when it comes to faith, it is a difficult one. But I do believe that. I mean, I'm a Christian, and I would not shove that down anybody's throat, let alone a child. I think that the child in any of these situations is important. So the fact that the child's with a family that are going to bring the child up and love the child, I don't think the faith element should come into it.
No.
Because this is about care and concern for a child. So,
But faith is going to come into it, isn't it? Surely, because you're talking of someone's cultural background. You're talking about how they're brought up.
yeah. I mean, and
a
you
lot
would. I mean, I suppose that the same for me. That if I did foster a child or adopt a child, that then I would expect them to come to church with me. I couldn't leave them at home, could I? You go, oh, just a moment, I'm just going to be a Christian today and go to church, and I'm just going to leave you at home. Is that because you're not born into my culture, into my faith? So it is difficult, and I there could be problems, but I think the problems are going to be made by yourself. You as a family. So, I mean, just to say that my husband and I, years ago, we looked at adopting, and because I can't have children. So, and we looked at it, and we were told actually that we couldn't adopt a child of another race. So we were very disappointed about that because we were so desperate. We wanted a child, to adopt.
Why were you told you couldn't?
Well, they said that culturally it wouldn't be the right thing for that child. So, and I can kind of see where they're coming from, because the child is important. And it is important that I think that whatever background you're from, you should be able to follow that. You should be able to follow that. And so, but yeah, I don't know. I just do think it's a very difficult question.
Natalie, right or wrong? Is there a right or wrong?
I don't think there is a right or wrong, to be honest. Personally, I mean, I think if it does happen, then you've got to respect the child's beliefs, you've got to respect the family's beliefs. It's the same as a mixed marriage. There's got to be respect either side, I think. I mean, I know there are agencies, fostering agencies out there that are specifically for Christian fostering agency, Muslim fostering agency. So, you know, if you were felt that strong that you had to have a child of the same faith, then there are places to go. But, you know, it's the same as same-sex marriage. You know, is it right that children get put in with same-sex marriage? It's the same sort of, you know, everybody's got to respect each other now. Gone are the days where, you know, it was always the same, you know, everything was sort of, we've got all these different sorts of people
Well,
now.
nothing's black and white, is it?
No.
There's shades of grey and everything. And at the end of the day, surely love is the most important.
Definitely.
You know, to love and to show that love and respect.
Yeah.
You know, like you said.
But I'm intrigued that, you know, stories like this in the papers, you know, sort of national papers, is going to ruin things for a lot of people. Fostering, you know, people from different faiths are going to be slightly more reluctant to go out and foster.
Yeah.
It's difficult enough as it is to get foster parents from, you know, ethnic minority communities, and for stories like this, it's just going to make things worse, because people are going to think, well, we're going to be shouted on, we're going to be criticised, yet it's okay for a white family to adopt a child from you know, from a different ethnic background, and there's no big deal about it. I'm a little bit concerned about what this story actually says.
A white child with a Muslim family,
Yeah.
Because there's this terrible thing, isn't there, about, you know, what what people think, what the media put over about Muslim families and the whole kind of radicalising and stuff like that. And it's just ridiculous, because that family, I don't know who they are, I don't really know much about the story, but I assume that a family who are going to open their doors to any child, whether they be black, white, you know, it's about offering something and offering them love and a place to grow.
And surely it's better for that child to be in a home with two parents, foster parents that love them, that grow to love them, rather than them being stuck in a children's home.
There has to be some responsibility also, doesn't there, when it comes to, if you are adopting or fostering a child from a different cultural background, to actually teach them about their own culture and respect that, as you said earlier, Elaine.
Yeah, it is. I think it is. I think we've all got a responsibility to, you know, what's so fabulous about where we live in this country. We're a democracy.
Yeah.
We work and live alongside each other. That it's a great. We've got, especially in Leicester, I'm really proud to be from Leicester because of the diversity of our culture. It's wonderful, it's rich and lovely. So why would you not want that to kind of spill out into your home and into your life? So,
Mystery Voice?
Yep. John Foster, each case should be judged on its own merit, not a blanket tick box exercise. It's the media headlines that make people react to these cases. Sandra Pollock, I think the love of the child is more important. What's better, to leave the child in an institution?
Okay, thank you for your comments so far. If you are watching, let us know. The Mystery Voice is quite quiet today. If you actually know, the Mystery Voice is normally quite loud. Verbal. She's actually been quite subdued today.
I'm shocked.
John Costa, thank you for getting in touch, and thank you for watching. So, your thoughts on that, please. Fostering children of a different faith, should it be all judged on its own merit? Is this going to actually put people off from fostering in the future? Your thoughts on that. Your thoughts also on feeling unbeautiful, or the definition of beauty. Now, Elaine, this is a story that I'm slightly unfamiliar with, but you can explain in a bit more detail.
Yeah, of course. I was there was a post on Facebook, and it really got to me, actually. It was a picture of a young girl, a young black girl, and it started with this whole thing about, she says, I prayed every day that I would wake up with a lighter skin, you know, and she said that she wouldn't look in the mirror, and when she got up out of bed, she would wait and then she'd look in the mirror and to see that she was still the same, and it affected her for the kind of growing up, you know, because she thought that being the colour that she was, at the very dark colour that she was ugly, was not, you know, not nice. I mean, that really saddened me. It really got to me. And then, of course, there's this Pink, the artist Pink. She was at the VMA Awards, and she told a story about her daughter as they were driving. She was driving her daughter to school. Her daughter's only 6 years old, and her daughter said to her mum that she said to Mummy, you know, I am the ugliest girl in the world, and she said, and I just look like a boy. And to your child to actually say that to you
At 6 years
at
old.
6 years old, you know, what is society doing, you know? And so it really made me think about, you know, what is the definition of beauty? I mean, I know what it is in my heart, you know. I think that for me, beauty is it's beyond all of that. It's about you, the person that you are. You know, and like when you look into somebody's eyes, it's that thing, you know, the eyes are the window to your soul. And I think that if somebody who looks amazing and so if you look into their eyes and they're not, you know, they're not, you can see when somebody's angry in their eyes, and angry is quite an ugly thing, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
so, you know, I think beauty goes beyond what you look like anyway.
Oh yeah,
for me.
definitely.
Let's-
Definitely, no, beauty, definitely. It, you know, and I think the media again probably has got some to take some blame as well with all the photographs that get, you know, that get airbrushed and everything, and any little blemish, and you know, they get if they're a size 18 or whatever, then the photograph that comes out like they look like a stick insect. You know, and I just think that has basically made young girls think I'm not beautiful unless I look like a stick insect and look like that person.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
It's the top story is quite interesting. The first story that you mentioned there about the black girl who wanted to look whiter, basically.
Yeah.
You know, it's quite it's a huge thing within the Asian communities, particularly the whiter the skin, the better it is, and I think that's just so sad because, you know, here you have Asian women who want to look white, in India particularly, it's a massive thing here, but also here when you go to quite a lot of the beauty parlours and what have you, skin lightening, that sort of thing, and all that sort of stuff is offered. So I think it's outrageous.
We've got the tan. We want to go get a tan.
We want to have a tan.
What's wrong with us?
I mean, I think unfortunately it is this concept of wanting what you don't have.
Yeah,
Not,
grass is always greener.
Yes, and we are not taught to appreciate what we do have. And I think this is what we need to change. I mean, sort of we are the only people that can change that for ourselves and change that for our children, to appreciate what we have. And the fact that we should be different. We shouldn't all be the same. I look at nature.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
not just one plant.
Not
Yeah.
one blade of grass is the same, is it? But you know, I went to school with a girl, and school was a long time ago, but I went to school with a girl, and she was so absolutely beautiful, but she did that. She was an Asian girl, and I would say that she's probably, when I was at school, the only Asian girl in my year. And she actually did bleach her skin.
A lot of people do it all over the world.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I actually knew a boy who'd not long come from India when I was growing up, and you know, I think they were kind of related to us. But he admitted to me, and he said, you know, I actually literally get a bottle of bleach in a bucket, and he would bleach himself.
The damage that you do
To try and look beautiful, his handsome, or whatever the phrase might be, to look better. And I think it's so sad. I'm actually very, very proud of the colour of my skin, and I'll happily sit out in the sun and think, you know what, I am so proud of the way I look. I don't. Beauty is within the eye of the beholder, etc., etc. But I think you mentioned, Elaine, that, you know, personality has more to do with it than anything else.
Because you look, lots of people join us. Not any comments on that yet, but we have quite a few people that join us. So if I can run through those quickly: Louise, Wesley, Parvinder, Joshi, Hitesh Patel, Tony, Rajvi, Arbabs.
Yep.
Uh,
Arbaz, good to have you, Rajvi.
John Costa, who we mentioned already.
Lovely.
Sandra Pollock, Anne Brooks, AJ Mystery.
Yep.
Lee.
Nice to have you
apologise,
all.
It's been late. Angela, Poonam, Sonia, loads.
Lovely to have you
that's
all
fab,
watching,
isn't
and
it?
possibly Jamie as well. Hopefully you're watching too.
All beautiful people.
Absolutely.
exactly.
Your definition of beauty, I'm just really saddened by
Yeah,
some
me
of the stuff
too,
that
yeah, me
I'm
too.
hearing, and then whose fault is it? There's got to be somebody who is responsible.
There's always been this, I think, from day, when you look back and back and back and back in history, there's always this thing, isn't there, about eternal beauty and all of that. Why?
But that
Why?
has changed. That has changed over generations, really. If you even look at the Asian culture, my understanding, I'm sure there are people that know more about this, but I read something that says, years, centuries back, that the darker the complexion was actually, the darker the person was thought to be more beautiful. And it was only since the Western culture came into India that sort of changed. And it's the same with the African culture. Do you know what I mean? It's the Western concept that says, the lighter the skin, the better. And if you are in power, and you then therefore choose who you give that power or resources to, and it's equated with lighter skin, then everybody's going to want that. So that changes things.
Oh, it's interesting.
I mean, look at Michael Jackson. I mean, God rest his soul.
I know. Very good point.
Look at
Yeah,
him.
very good point.
He actually went through, and then his daughter, and she's the same.
But I mean, in Michael Jackson's case, I heard a story that he was going to be on, I can't remember if it's Time or one of those big magazines, and they took pictures of him, and they said to him his nose was too broad.
Yeah,
And that just spiraled him off into what we saw.
Somebody's got to be blamed, as far as I'm concerned, because we need to change this attitude of what beauty
who decides?
is. Who decides?
Yeah.
And I think
what
we've
the
got to
definition
decide,
of beauty absolutely is. Yeah, and things. I don't think things like social media help. Instagram and blog. All those kind of platforms where people are allowed to, if you've got a great body or you've got a great face or your physique and whatever, then it's okay. But if you're normal in any shape or form, then people aren't interested. But people aren't then
Do you know
interested.
what? But we've got our own normal, haven't we?
Yeah.
Do you know that? That's the thing about it. And I think that that beauty's only skin deep. Yeah. That song. It's a great song, isn't it? Because it is true. Beauty is only skin
And there's
deep.
also that other song as well, which I think is amazing. When you listen to the lyrics, you are beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
no
yeah.
matter what you say.
Yeah,
That
no
one.
matter what they say,
I
because
think
it's
that
about
was
your own
amazing.
sort of perception of what is beautiful, and there's a thing about being confident.
You're- Thank you. We're gonna leave that there. Have we got any more comments on that?
Not yet.
Okay, a final story then for today. We are well and truly over time, but who cares?
Oh, are we? Oh.
It is the end of the summer holidays. We're into, almost autumn now, aren't we? And hopefully you've been
Christmas.
away.
Oh, shut up. Do you
Don't
see
even
what she
talk
just
about that
said?
word.
Soon be Christmas.
Stop it. Things you have taken from hotel rooms when you've been away. I want you to be honest. I want you to, if you've taken something really ridiculously funny, then please let us know in the comments section below. I have to admit, we were away recently, and the hotel that we stayed in actually had a little note in, and the bathrobe was wrapped with a little note saying, if you would like to purchase this, it will cost you blah. The same with the slippers. And I think I used the slippers, but I didn't touch anything. We didn't touch anything else. But at the end, we took some tea bags for a very good reason, and I'll explain why in a minute. Tea bags, some hand cream, and a shoehorn, a tiny shoehorn, and some boot polish. Don't ask me why. But the tea bags are justified because we have quite a lot of people coming here and who like different types of flavoured tea. Now, I used to keep a whole load of different teas and nobody drank them. So I thought, well, this is great because when people come to the house, if they want fancy teas, there you go. And we don't have to spend loads of money on them. So it's for other people, really.
Acts of kindness.
Out of kindness. Natalie.
Generosity.
What have I? Well, shampoo, the usual little,
Yeah.
the little bottles of shampoo because they're quite cute and they sit in your travel bag. And I think biscuits. I always take the biscuits.
We never had any biscuits this time round,
That's
just
like
saying.
graceful.
Paid for them,
Outrageous.
so I'm having them.
Of course.
And
That's it. You've
then
not
also
stolen
from
it,
a
have you?
spa, I've took the little slippers from the spa.
Elaine.
That's okay, so I've taken a few things like sugar for my mum, obviously another act of kindness because she likes to take them on holiday with her and she goes self-catering, so what can you do? And the other thing is a friend of mine, she actually decided to take the bed sheets and not because the bed sheets, not that she'd made a mess of them, she took the bed sheets, the pillowcases and the towels because she recognised quality when she saw it and it was all Egyptian cotton, so she took them, packed them in a suitcase. I mean,
It's bizarre though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they take your credit card details, so surely did they charge you for them?
no, because this was many moons ago.
All right,
You know what I mean? So
'Cause I don't think
probably-
you get away with that now.
I don't think you get away with it
No,
now.
'cause they've got your card
They'd
details,
catch you,
haven't
wouldn't
they?
you now? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Lee says Rupal introduced me to chai tea.
Oh, yeah.
I have it every time if available.
Oh, no, thank you for that,
Oh.
Lee. Any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Make sure you share this video as well. Mystery Voice, what have you taken from hotel rooms in
Truth
over
be
the
told, tea, chocolate,
tea, chocolate?
and shampoos and lotions and that sort of. Well, I think you pay for them.
You
This
do,
is true.
You do.
Yeah,
I think
so-
they're in the room price.
Yeah.
Bed sheets is
It's
is-
a bit
that's
much.
it's a bit
pushed it
much.
little
I
bit,
mean,
yeah.
maybe-
That much, and towels.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean it's terrible, isn't it? I think she holds
One
it,
thing is-
whoever she is.
But
Natalie.
This last time I stayed in, a couple of months ago, I stayed in a hotel for a wedding. And one thing I've never seen before in a hotel, actually, they've got all beautiful white towels everywhere, but then one dark coloured towel, that was for your makeup.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I've never seen that
Yeah.
before.
There you go.
And it wasn't until after I used one of the white towels
But you
that I saw
realise
that
when you
that
got
was
all your
there.
lipstick all over the
Exactly.
towel.
Brilliant. Well, look, we're going to leave it there because we are way over time.
what a shame.
But thank you so much for your company, and thank you, Mystery Voice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elaine, and thank you, Natalie. Very
you.
quickly,
Yeah.
you're going to change guises in a couple of months'
yes.
time, aren't you?
I'm going to be Alice Hawkins. So when I'd got that tape measure around my neck, that
Yes.
was it. So yes, I got this tape measure around my neck, and it was to do with that. I made a new sash, a WSPU sash, which is the Women's Social and Political Union, which Alice Hawkins, famous Leicester suffragette, was part of. That day I did the sash and I made some bloomers, knickers, big knickers. So yeah, so that's
and her
it.
surname's Pantling, by the way.
Pantaloon.
Yes.
Yes.
Look, good luck with
Yeah,
that
thank
at
you.
the curve.
It
Thank
is
you
a
both
curve,
for joining me, and thank you for tuning in as well. Make sure you share it and leave your comments as well. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.